Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you're watching this, know that I appreciate you. It is I, Coach Jay, also known as Juaitan Robinson, and I am a spiritual life purpose and women's empowerment partner. That in simple terms means that I am a life coach with a focus on women, their pain, their purpose, and their power. I help them transform from the victim mindset to the survivor mindset or victor mindset. And I do this through a series of coaching conversations that lead them to the answers that they need, whether it's regarding their pain, whether it's regarding their purpose, and it in turn empowers them to do the things that they're supposed to be doing, to walk in their God-given purpose. And for the last few days, from the first of this month, I have been either going live on Facebook or creating videos talking about some of the things that God has pressed upon me, being that I am a very short time between now and my next birthday in November. You're saying this is August. Why are you talking about November? Because before you know it, it'll be here. This year thus far has flown by so fast, especially when you take into consideration all of the things that are going on as it pertains to the civil unrest and the pandemic. So it'll be here before you know it. And what he has been pressing upon me are things that I needed to face about why I am where I am as far as my business is concerned. And basically in turn, as far as I am concerned, who I am as a person. Well, I don't have a whole lot of time because I am actually preparing dinner, and yes, I know it's late, but it's been one of those days. If you happen to see my live last night, or should I say this morning, then you would have noticed that I was in a hospital ER room with my husband, whom I had to take to the hospital because he was in excruciating pain. And for those who did watch and did actually pray, thank you, I appreciate it. But thankfully it was nothing too drastic. He appears to have pulled a muscle. And for someone who is already in chronic pain, to pull a muscle on top of that renders you not only incomprehensible, because we could not understand him, but almost inconsolable. So they gave him what they needed to give him. They released him, and we got home about 3:30, 4 o'clock this morning, and did not get into the bed until about 4:30 this morning, somewhere around there. So today has been one of those days where I've been just dragging a little bit. So dinner, is now being prepared. But anyway, let me talk about what I came on here to talk about. So if you saw any of the previous days, then you know what I've talked about since the first of the month. But if you have not seen any of the previous days, let me tell you what I talked about. On the first, I talked about consistency and how the Lord is saying that I am not as consistent as I need to be as it pertains to putting out content, marketing, and things of that nature, reaching out to people, building relationships, connecting, building those connections. He also probed me on the second about procrastination and how I put off in various ways doing what I'm supposed to do. One of those ways is by multitasking, and in all honesty, I hate multitasking because it means that I'm not giving myself 100% of myself to any one thing that I'm doing. But I can use multitasking as a way to keep me from doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing. Another thing that he led me to, which was on the third, which was profit or purpose over profit. And that is something that he has reprimanded me about several times. And all of the noise that you're hearing in the background is TV and all that stuff. That is something that he's reprimanded me about several times, because what I have focused on versus what's up, babe? Sorry, that was the husband coming in real quick. I have focused more on the profit of my purpose versus the purpose of my purpose. So he's dealt with me on that several times, and how I need not to be concerned about how much money I make from what it is that I do, even though money is important. I need to stop focusing on the money end of it and focus on the purpose end of it. And then yesterday, the 4th, he dealt with me on saying no and meaning it. Say no and mean it. A lot of times I will say no and then change my mind, and not because I've changed my mind about wanting to do this thing, but it's because I don't want to deal with the conflict that may come if I say no or when I say no. That is who I am, and I had to come to terms with that. So I'm loving everything that he has given me to examine, everything that he has told me to look at. And I really do appreciate the reprimand, because I can't fix what I don't know needs to be fixed. Just like you can't fix what you don't know needs to be fixed. So we have to confront those things that he reveals to us and work on getting better, work on being better. And in all honesty, we can't be better by ourselves. He has to help us be better. And sometimes that help is in enlisting others to confront us with those things that we need to be confronted with. So I'll say this, and then I'll probably repeat it at the end. But if you are in need of someone to assist you, whether it is dealing with the pain, revealing the pain, dealing with it, and then healing from it, I'm here for that. If you are unsure about what your purpose is in life, and you're just questioning everything that you do and why you're unhappy or unfulfilled, I am here to help you figure out what your purpose is. I don't have the answers. Quite honestly, the answers are within you. I just guide you to the answers. And then dealing with your power. It is not this is one of the things, I don't like to use the word empowerment as in I am giving someone else power, because you also have the power within you. I just help you find it. I don't have the answers. I guide you to them. I don't give you the power. I help you find the power within you. So if you are in need of someone to help you do any of those things, or just to go through a conversation or just a life search, then reach out to me. I am Juaitan Robinson, like I said, and you can go to my website, juaitanrobinson.com. Click on the Let's Talk button, schedule a discovery call. We will, in that 30-minute call, talk about some of the things that you're trying to accomplish and how it is that I might be able to assist you, if I am able to assist you. So now on to today's topic, and that is rediscovering your buried treasures. Rediscovering your buried treasures. And this came about I think it was a week or so. It might have been more than a week or so ago, because I hadn't gone back to work yet. So probably a week or so ago, where the Lord brought back to me, as I was going through some items that I had not looked at in a while. I was going through some items, and I found some jewelry that belonged to my oldest child. His very first piece of jewelry, which was a ring, a gold ring, with a diamond cut M on it, because his name begins with an M. All of my children, quite honestly, their names begin with M's. I was that parent. But that was his very first ring. He actually has baby pictures with that ring on his finger. And so because he could not wear it any longer, I had actually put it on a gold chain. And I would every once in a while let him wear the gold chain. Not very often, but every once in a while let him wear the gold chain, or I would wear the gold chain. And so I found that, and then I found another little necklace, a ball clip necklace with block letters on it. Or not necklace, but bracelet with black letters on it that spelled out his name. And I was going through that stuff, and I was like, oh, I have forgotten all about this. I'm so glad I found it. I also found another necklace that I actually wore the other day, which I actually really like, but I hadn't seen it, so I've forgotten about it. I forgot that I had it. So of course, when I found it, I was like, oh, I got to wear this. And I picked out something that would absolutely go with that necklace, and it was beautiful together. So I'm going through these things and finding these buried treasures, and then I started thinking, there's so many things that I used to do that I stopped doing, or so many things that I have yet discovered that I can do because they're buried inside. And I haven't allowed myself the time to venture into any of those things, or even to go back to the things that I used to do that made me feel good, that made me happy, that made me feel whole. I used to sew. I'm a very creative person. I call myself an analytic creative creative analytic because I am a very creative person, but I also think through the processes of everything. And in some cases, I overanalyze. I think through the process of everything. But I used to sew. I used to make pillows and other household things. I used to make candles, and I started making jewelry, and I, kind of eased away from that a little bit because I didn't have the time to devote to it. I would make beauty products like bath salts and things of that nature, and scrubs and stuff like that. Body oils and body butters. I used to do these things. And I had stopped doing them, and I finally started getting back to those things within the last couple of months because I just wanted to start feeling good again about who I am and what it is that I do, what it is that makes me feel good, what it is that makes me feel happy. I've been so focused on working for someone else, taking care of my husband, and trying to build this business that I had forgotten about the things that actually make me feel good, make me feel alive. So they were buried deep. They were buried. So I'm so very glad that I found those pieces of jewelry. I'm so very glad that I've made up my mind to start doing those things that make me feel good again. Like, I made this huge tub of a body butter, and it's been great. I've started using it out of all natural products. I made my own deodorant out of all natural products, and it works very well. And I'm not making it for anyone else. I'm not making it for a profit. I'm making it for me because it makes me feel good to do it. So those things were buried inside, and I am so grateful that I found them again and that I'm starting to utilize them again. So I do have a scripture that goes with this. It's Isaiah chapter 45, verse 3. I'll lead you to buried treasures, secret caches of valuables, confirmations that it is, in fact, I, God, the God of Israel, who calls you by your name. God placed those treasures inside you, and you got to dig them up. You got to dig them up, and you got to figure out what you can use them for, how you can use them, who they would benefit, how they would work. So I'm so very grateful that really God is making me go through this process of reevaluating and analyzing and examining who I am and what's going on around me, and how I need to refocus, not just on what I'm supposed to be doing as far as my purpose is concerned, but focus more on Him and hearing His voice. So I am so grateful for that. Again, if you are in need of assistance, if you need someone to talk to about what your purpose is, or a pain that you need to go through, or a pain that you've been through and you're trying to come out on the other side of it whole and healthy and well, or if you are trying to find that power that allows you to walk in your purpose, reach out to me. I also help women who go through various stages, like I said, from a victim mindset to a survivor mindset, various stages of abuse and molestation, divorce, single parenthood, joblessness, all of those things, because I can relate to all of those things. So if you need someone to assist, again, JuaitanRobinson.com, click on the Let's Talk button and schedule that 30-minute discovery call with me. Let's have a conversation about what it is that you're trying to accomplish, and again, how it is that I might be able to assist you if I can assist you. Peace and blessings. Remember to walk in your purpose and know that I appreciate you.